You know how we often hear about balancing the heart and mind as if they're constantly at odds? Well, it's not quite as simple as that. You see, emotions are actually central to how we make decisions. There's significant research in neuroscience and psychology that shows when people can't process emotions properly, they often struggle with making good decisions. It turns out that our emotions aren't just reactions, they're a key part of the decision-making process. Moreover, our emotional responses are deeply linked to our past experiences and personal values. They often reflect what we hold dear and what we fear. For instance, a person who values security highly might make very different career choices compared to someone who values adventure. Understanding these emotional underpinnings can lead to greater self-awareness and more aligned decision-making. It's about tapping into our core emotional drivers and aligning them with our actions and goals. This is especially evident in how we handle stress and adversity. Our emotional response to challenges often dictates our coping strategies. For instance, if we approach a difficult situation with a mindset of fear or anxiety, it can cloud our judgment, leading to less effective solutions. On the other hand, if we frame challenges with a sense of hope or optimism, our mind tends to find more creative and constructive solutions. This interplay between our emotional state and cognitive processes underscores the importance of emotional awareness in our daily lives. And here's another thing. A lot of times we think we're being totally logical, but in reality our emotions are often steering the ship. We make a decision based on how we feel, and then our brain comes up with all the logical reasons to back it up. It's like the mind is justifying what the heart already wants. The idea of constantly balancing our heart and mind is, in many ways, a bit of an illusion. They're not always in conflict. In fact, they often work together more seamlessly than we realize. For instance, our emotions can significantly impact our cognitive abilities like memory or focus, and vice versa. This doesn't mean that logic isn't important. It's more about recognizing the role of emotional intelligence. It's about understanding and managing our emotions to work in tandem with our rational thoughts. Emotional intelligence is a big deal. It's often linked more closely to success and well-being than traditional measures of intelligence. Let's take real-life examples. Think about someone choosing a career path. While they might list out all the logical reasons, salary, benefits, career growth, often the real driver is an emotional state they're seeking, like feeling accomplished or secure. The same goes for relationships. People might rationalize their choice of partner based on shared interests, lifestyles, maybe even their partner's career. But underneath all that, it's usually about the emotional experience they're seeking, the feeling of love, security, or maybe excitement. It's these emotions that are the real drivers, even if we like to think we're being super rational about it. And in therapy and personal development, there's a growing focus on integrating emotional experiences rather than merely balancing them with rational thought. Techniques that change thought patterns recognize that emotions are central to shaping these patterns. So what I'm getting at is this. Trying to strike a strict balance between heart and mind might not be as effective as we think. Instead, if we focus on understanding and embracing our emotional drivers, our decisions become more fulfilling. It's not about diminishing the role of rational thought, but understanding that it's a tool that serves our emotional goals. Remember, the heart and mind aren't adversaries. They're more like partners in crime. When you focus on the emotional experiences you're after, you'll find that your choices align more naturally with these goals. That's where you'll find genuine fulfillment and success.